What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Liberia to the world. That's a little too much. What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Liberia to the world. I don't know what episode this is. Probably you guys know. If anybody knows, here's the thing is, if anybody knows what episode this is, please comment below. I will make your comment the highlight of this video. I'll give you a shout out and you'll be my star subscriber for the month. I know it doesn't mean anything, but hey, oh well. So if you know what episode this is, go ahead and comment below and let's see who's gonna get it right. I know, I mean, some of you may think I'm dressed up, but I don't think I am. I'm just wearing a fedora. I love these hats, by the way. You guys, as you will notice, I like wearing hats. I don't know, maybe because I don't have a lot of hair, but who knows? But anyways, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Liberia to the world. Today we're talking about my personal project. Now, I'm making this video for several reasons. I get a lot of emails, as you guys all know. You guys are interested mainly in building in Liberia, constructions in Liberia, home building, and stuff like that. Now, why not just talk a little bit about my personal project, one of my projects in Liberia that Joel and I are working on, and give you guys a little bit of a walkthrough, an overview. This is not an in-depth video. Now, if you do want an in-depth guidance, please go ahead and send us an email at libtotheworld@gmail.com or redvisionco@gmail.com, and we'll follow up with you, kind of do like a consultation and talk to you about your project and what you're working on. I have been doing that in the comment section and also through emails as well. So go ahead and shoot us that email or comment below and we'll kind of follow up with you. But let's talk about my personal project. Now, we all know all of you guys are looking at building in Liberia. Most of you have already started your project back home. We all know, if you've been to Liberia, you see all the houses. Now, I'm not judging. I said this the last time and somebody got on me and said I was judging people. But I think just the look of the houses in Liberia has to improve. We need to improve the way houses look. Now, we're in modern days. People are redesigning the way houses look. People are having like more future forward designs in their homes and just clean lines and things like that, right? In Liberia, you still see this old-fashioned Liberia type of buildings where the lines are not straight and the colors are like bright orange and blue and pink, and it's just not future forward. It's just people are building new homes, but still in the olden days style, with like all kinds of those attributes, Colombo and this and that and that and that. So let's take a look at my personal project I'm working on right now, and we'll kind of go through different aspect of what I'm working on and how I'm doing it. So I'm going to put on the screen my house plan, one of the house I'm working on. So we're trying to build a commercial space, which we already started building in Liberia. We are having that commercial space with like a home on top, and also building some personal homes, maybe for rental in the future or for our relocation in the near future. So with this one, as you can see, it's like a modern design. Now, the first thing I want to say though is we've been working on this in the background. We've put together a team, right? Right now we have trusted designers who can design homes. That's what we kind of wanted to do a test run. We're using these folks who have put together as a team to work on our own project, so we can kind of vet them and see, right? Because they've already have a good track record before we got to them, but we had to vet them ourselves. So we have a team of designers, architects who design homes, floor plan, and from everything from the 3D model to the floor plan, everything like that. We have people on our team who are block makers who can make blocks, because that's the main thing. I mentioned this to you guys. If you're building in Liberia, the main thing is to cut costs. If you're building anywhere, the main thing is to cut costs. When you're building, to make your own blocks on site. I've mentioned that to you guys before a long time ago. That saves us a lot of money. So the first thing though is when you get a land, build a fence on the land. It's a key tip. You get your land, the first thing you want to do is build your fence. A lot of people are building homes in Liberia, they're building the house first and all of that, and after you do it, build your fence. First thing is to build your fence. If you have a lot, if you have 1 acre or whatever it is, invest into building the fence first for several reasons, right? One is that's going to kind of protect the land. Nobody's going to intrude. They're not going to sell it to anybody else and stuff like that. Some people know it's already taken, other than the cornerstone. That's one. Second thing too is it's going to tie into the point I'm about to make, right? After buying your land, now you can buy your material little by little and house them on the land. We see that all the time. Maybe you have a trusted family or somebody like that who's living on site. Before going further, I've already talked about it. Before buying anything, look, you have to visit Liberia first before you start building. If you can do that, you will really need a trusted person. And I recommend that person is not a family member, somebody who is just trusted, who has a track record of building or of construction, whatever it is. Or, that can kind of oversee those things. But if you do have a family member, a person that can stay on the land, build your fence first, have somebody stay there in the meantime, kind of oversee things, and you're buying your material little by little and storing them, housing them on the land that's already in the fence. So that's what we're doing. So we're having that. Now, back to the point I'm making, right? After you do that, you want to stop having people make your blocks on site. And you find a guy who know how to make blocks, and you just find a helper. Like, people are everywhere in Liberia looking for a job. They can help make the blocks. Block making is not a highly skilled thing to do, right? You have somebody who has the skill, who can kind of oversee other people to make those blocks. That's going to save you like almost 20 to 30% of whatever it is you're going to use to build, like just the blocks you need to build your home. So the first thing is that. So like I said, so we already have guys on ground who are doing that, who are in charge of that, who can do that, right? So that's what we're doing. That's one. And the second thing too is having kind of like a modern design, right? You know, in 5 to 10 years, a lot of people from the diaspora and new people are catching on, right? You don't want to build your house now and having that old style, and then 5-10 years from now, your house is going to look really outdated. And especially if you're kind of using it for any investment, right? Most of us want to use it to invest, like not investment, but for rental properties and stuff like that when we're not home. Now, people coming from abroad are used to all these modern designs. People coming from abroad, as in other parts of Africa or Europe, America, whatever. If they're renting home, if I'm scrolling through a website to rent a home, and I see the modern looking home and the old style looking home, yeah, granted, the old style home may be a little cheaper. I might spend that extra buck to be in a modern home because it's gonna have better features, right? So that's my thing. Get an architect. We have a team also that we're working with. Like, you see the design, pretty modern. They do all the design. They do your floor plan and 3D model, so you kind of have an idea of how the entire thing is going to look like. So that's another thing too. So that's what we're working on. And secondly too is giving you guys tip. You guys, like I said, if you are a subscriber, you've already have seen it, but I'll say this again, is to source all your material yourself. I've said it several times. If you're building in Liberia, don't just rely on that one guy who is telling you how much things cost. Shop around, and like I've said, the key is just to go there first, right? Especially if you're going to build a home that's going to cost a lot of money. Just take that 1 week off, 2 weeks off, spend that $4,000, whatever it is, and go to the country and source things yourself. Go to the block, the sand, dig the sand factory. Go to the rock factory. Go to the roofing factory. Go to these people, get their phone numbers, talk to them yourself, negotiate with them, shop around, right? So that when you're back home, if the person in charge is calling and say we need 6 more zinc or roof or whatever it is, you know exactly how much that's going to cost. You're not going to ask that person, hey, okay, so you need 6, how much that? No. You're like, okay, so we need 6 zincs. Okay, that's going to be $70, right? Okay, there's $70. Here's $10 for transportation. You know exactly. When people know that you know, they can't really play you, right? So you just got to make sure that they know that you know. So again, have all those prices yourself. If you cannot, you want to use somebody who is honest, who has that track record of being honest. And how do you know? Well, by, let's say, contacting people who already have their project built, see how much they pay in total, and see how much, and they can tell you if that person is trustworthy or not. And if that person have done other projects and those people are happy with it. That's a simple way of kind of knowing how can you trust somebody. But also same thing. That's what we're doing. We have a person we're using that is highly trusted that we've already, because we know ourselves, right? How much anything costs. So, and the person we're working with knows that we know, and the person is trusted. So it's kind of like a two-way street. So everything is being done correctly. So that's another thing too, like I said, right? So know things for yourself, know pricing for yourself, and know how much things cost. So then when you're going through these things, nobody's kind of telling you different amount. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm sorry. I know for the first half of this video, there's going to be a lot of noise. I didn't even notice the heater was on in the studio here, and that was pretty loud. So I'm pretty sure you can tell the big difference from the audio. So I apologize for the really lousy audio in the beginning. But like I said, so know all these prices for yourself. Vet all these construction workers and go to the sources of everything that you're going to need to build, right? And I've mentioned in a few, like last year in one episode, tips that you need to do to stay on top of the project, right? Like for instance, making sure that somebody, the person in charge, have a good camera phone. If they don't have it, buy for them, have a video camera phone that you can have. You know, people do FaceTime every time as they're walking through the project. They're walking with you. They're talking with you when they're going to buy something. They're on the phone. They're video. You're seeing everything for yourself. That's another way to do it. But yeah, so a project I'm working on, kind of wanted to have really be really modern. This will be a great home, like to live in when we transition. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. The living room. You have a study area. A game room, a sitting room, a dining room, and all of that. So it looks really nice, look really modern with a nice yard and everything like that. The roofing for this, we're not going to use zinc. Joel and I always talk about this. Zinc is always something like, they said there are few things that are guaranteed in life, right? Taxes, death, and something else. But I'm going to add zinc on there. Zinc, you can guarantee when you put zinc on your house, it's going to rust. So buying zinc may seem like a cost saving now, but zinc has a lifespan, right? You know it's gonna rust in whatever. Some zinc has 5 to 10 years, 10 years, or 15 years, or 5 years, or however long it is. But now Liberians should start thinking about more kind of like long-lasting materials, right? How do you call it? Recyclable materials that other countries are using to roof their homes that last significantly longer, 25, 30 years before any changes, but also looks really good. It doesn't rust. And then you start seeing part of your home is rust. When you fly over Liberia, all you see is rusted zinc, right? So kind of want to change that. So also, you know, you guys have seen we travel through a few African countries, made some connections there with different materials that people can use to roof their house that doesn't rust and things like that. So we're kind of building that network. And the significant is I'm going to bring all of that information to you guys on here, but also if you guys kind of reach out to us through LIB to the world or redvisionco at Gmail, we can kind of go more on that too, right? So that's another thing too to go with. So that's the whole project we're building here now. And as far as land, like I said, there are a lot of areas we have land. Promising area will be the most common in Marshall area, right? But also Brewerville. So great upcoming area. We're talking about in the city area, right? You can get land in other counties and they're up and coming. But as far as in Monrovia, Montserrado, Margibi, those neighboring counties. So Brewerville, also an area that's also up and coming pretty well too is in Caldwell. You guys all know that. So the area was, every time I go there, I see more and more development. It was pretty like a barren land, and now more and more development. The only thing though is our advice is if communities can come together, right, and build roads, because what's going to happen, what happening is people are building their nice homes, building beautiful homes, but then waiting on the government to pave the road in that area. Look, I watched a video of an entrepreneur in one other African country. Why? Because I'm scared to mention countries now because you guys are so sensitive. People are like, oh, you're comparing Liberia to this country or that country. Look, it's only inevitable, right? If other countries doing something right, we're all Africans. Somebody mentioned on the channel last time, we're all Africans. So, hey, let's learn from our brothers, right? I don't want you guys being so sensitive out there. A few of you are very sensitive when I mention other countries that are doing something that's good, you guys think I'm just, shitting on Liberia. No, Liberia is doing a lot of things that are great. Liberia has a lot of great potential and opportunities that I would prefer. And I've mentioned that in several videos. So ease up, guys. All right. This is not a division thing where we're all Africans. So if somebody's doing something right, I like to point it out. But I was watching the entrepreneur in Nigeria, and this guy, he builds multiple luxury estates. And he said when he started his project, he paved the road himself. So that's something that we Liberians should think about, right? If we can come together, if you're building your house in a community that other people are building their homes and beautiful homes and stuff like that, I think we should all come together and pave the road in that area. Maybe after we pave the road, maybe we can have talk to the government to reimburse. I don't know. But either way, even if it's not going to happen, but I think we should all come together and pave roads in our area, because people are building these beautiful homes, like I mentioned, but getting to this home is I'm like, these people drive on this road to go to their homes. It's crazy. I mean, your car is going to be busted up before you get home. And when you get to the place, like a big fence, beautiful building, but then no road. So the good thing is, as you guys are building, as we are building, we should look around us. Who else is building? Talk to our neighbors and say, hey, can we come together and pave a nice road from the main road to at least this area, this community? And if everybody starts doing the same thing, you see that the country, as far as roads, we're not going to pave the highway, but we can pave the roads in our community as we come together, right? So that's kind of what it is. That's what I've been kind of preaching. So that's what we're doing. Also, looking to see if we can pave the road, go into our area, and doing that too. So that's the project we're working on. I kind of wanted to bring that just a little bit of a snippet for you guys to see what else we're working on other things, but I just kind of want to bring this, my personal one, to show you guys. A lot of people kind of keep this as it's a personal thing. You don't show people your house plan and stuff like that. But hey, like I said, this is LTTW family. I kind of wanted to share with you guys. We have other things we're working on, of course, that will be revealed when it's done. But I decided to kind of give you guys more of an idea of how modern houses could look like and stuff like that. Again, hey, everybody have their own tastes. I'm not saying this is how everybody should do their home. I'm saying there are elements that are really modern in modern day homes that we all should start thinking about to make the country look more modern, right? And stuff like that. So don't crucify me. I'm just stating my opinion. I know we're all family, but to those two people who always come on here and do that. But anyways, I'm just playing. But yeah, so that's what I have going on. And again, like I said, comment below if you have any project going on, if you have any tips for people, if you have any resources for people. But also, you can reach out to us because we've collectively have basically a contact in all sector that you would need to build your home. We have a team now also that we're using for our own project, and that we're going to at least in the very near future start to use as a resource for you guys too, if you're looking to kind of build. But there it is, guys. Thank you guys for chatting with me on this episode. I will see you in the next one. Let's get it.